Hello, this is Edward. I haven't produced a whole lot of videos lately, and mostly because, and a lot with any talking in it, mostly because I don't like being in front of the camera. Second of all, haven't felt well. I had to have my gallbladder removed, and of course there's complications that went along with that, and it took a little bit of time to recover. As you get older, you don't recover as fast. And anyway, I don't mean to bore you with my health problems, but I'm feeling a lot better now and I'm recovering. So I'm a wildlife and nature photographer and retired school teacher, and I love wildlife and nature, and that leads me to my next thing. I went with my wife down to Bosque Del Apache Wildlife Refuge, which is in central New Mexico. It's about 6 or 8 miles south of the town of San Antonio, which is close to Socorro along I-25 corridor. Anyway, I went down there and spent several days there and was able to take some wonderful pictures of the snow geese, the Sandhill cranes, and other birds and animals. I'm going to share those with you and let you know what I did. Try to give you a little bit of a travel guide and so forth to help you understand Bosque Del Apache. It's worth a visit. I went there 23 years ago when my youngest daughter was like 6 months old, and things just changed a little bit. There's not as many snow geese as there was before. Sandhill cranes are, of course, the spectacle to see. They're beautiful birds, and it was a wonderful time. I saw collared peccary, was able to see a merlin, able to see, if you don't know what merlin is, a small raptor that lives in the riparian areas. I've only seen 3 in my whole life. Seen one up south of Anchorage, Alaska, in a wildlife refuge there, St. George along the riparian area, and of course, most recently this one I saw when I was in the Bosque Del Apache. It was a wonderful time, and I highly recommend it. Now, I'm going to talk to you about my favorite lenses I used. Let me show you here what I used. First one is the Sony A9 with the 200 to 600 millimeter lens. This is a great combination. Mostly why I like it is because it's small and it's light, and of course it has great autofocus, and it's really has fast, 20 or 30 frames a second. I mean, it's like a machine gun shooting. And this is probably my third most famous combination. If I'm going light and I want something that's really fast, I would go with this. But I have one that's even more favorite than this, but I'm not there yet. My second favorite combination is this, the Nikon Z9 with a 180 to 400 millimeter lens with a built-in teleconverter here, okay? And I love this combination. It's a little bit heavy, but I tell you what, the Nikon Z9 is phenomenal. It has the bird acquisition feature and recognizes birds. In some of my favorite images I took on this last trip was taken with this. And my favorite combination, mostly because it's light, is the Nikon Z6 II with the 500 PF. Now this is an older type lens. It's not the new S lens. I had to put the converter on it, okay? But this is hand holdable. It's great for taking pictures of birds in flight, and you know, it's easy. It doesn't tire you out. I love this combination. I recommend this combination for you if you're an aspiring bird photographer. This is great. And of course, you see I have the microphone on top, which allows me to shoot video. Anyway, I'm going to share with you some pictures and some video, and I'm going to explain the places to go while you're down there, and what to do, and where you can stay at. Socorro, of course, has hotels and so forth in it. San Antonio has 2 RV parks. There was only one RV park open during the Christmas vacation. And of course, there's other villages and towns along the I-25 corridor that you can go to. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and go to some of the video I shot and explain some of the pictures I took, and tell you, of course, the settings and what camera I use for what image. Okay, so thanks for coming along, and I hope you enjoy this. Okay, I'm going to give you more details about Bosque Del Apache. When coming north from the village of San Antonio, or small city, whatever you want to call it, it's about an 8-mile drive from San Antonio down to the entrance at Bosque Del Apache. Now, on the way down there, about maybe a third of the way down, there is a roosting pond off the right side of the road. And that's the first place we stopped. And of course, the images that you and video you just saw was most of them were taken there. Saw a lot of sandhill cranes there. There were some snow geese there, and of course, I provided those images for you. After you leave there, you go down and the visitor center will be on the right side of the road. And they'll, right after the visitor center, you'll take a hard left to get into what we call the staging areas, the blast off areas. There's a loop, north loop, and there's a south loop. Now I'm going to share with you north loop first, and then I'm going to share with you south loop, and then when I show you each one of those, I'm going to show you the images I took on each one of those loops. Later on, I came back to the visitor center before I left, and they have a feeding station there where they have bird seeds and so forth for small passerine birds and some other kinds of birds. I was able to take pictures of the quail there, okay, and on the south loop I was able to take a picture of a merlin. So I'm going to go ahead and share those images with you, and and I'm going to wrap this up. It was a wonderful time. You can drive through both of these loops. You can get out and walk. There's platforms that you can take pictures from. Now, I want to talk about the difference between when I was there 23 years ago and now. There was a lot more snow geese 23 years ago, and we have wonderful blasts off. That's where the snow geese will stay on the water at night. But when they go into the fields to feed during the daytime, they will take off. And that's the time you get them early in the morning, which is the best light, of course, and the best light is in the evening, as we know this as a wildlife photographer. And I was able to get some great pictures. This time, didn't have that. The best pictures I was able to take of birds flying was I went to the Bernardo Wildlife Area, which is about 38 miles north of the village of San Antonio. So you get on I-25 and head north, and you'll see it. It's a really small place. They have one pond there, and they have a bunch of fields, but I saw more snow geese and cranes there than I saw down in Bosque Del Apache. And I would recommend you go there if you want to get some great pictures, especially in the evening when that sun is setting. I tell you what, so I'm going to show you a picture of some cranes and some snow geese that I took during that golden sunlight, and it was just, these pictures are absolutely beautiful. So anyway, thanks for coming along, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.